Oh dear, Tamora Morrison. He has slowly come out and said more and more things to do with Lucasfilm and Boba Fett, well, the book of Boba Fett, Star Wars in general. And essentially, I mean, he's really going in hard on Star Wars and Lucasfilm here. He slams them. Genuinely. And you can see the sort of disgruntled nature behind his words. And, you know, I think he's absolutely right to be disgruntled. Absolutely. I mean, The Mandalorian was a repurposed Boba Fett movie. so you can kind of see why he's a bit pissed, I'm sure. But Tamora Morrison has confirmed scrapped the Mandalorian Season 3 role, and he criticises the Book of Boba Fett's cameos, specifically the Mandalorian's cameos, and basically how he was overshadowed and how he's basically turned into a bitch. And yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with him. And he, like I said, he goes really in hard on the writers. And I guess this is signifying that he's probably not going to come back, which is disappointing and a shame because I think Tamora Morrison's a good guy, good actor. I think he was hard done by with this stuff as well. So hit subscribe if you're new here, ladies and gents. A bit of a Star Wars news day today. CinemaCon's going on, so we'll sort of get some CinemaCon information later on. But at the moment, it's a bit of a Star Wars news day, which is never, well, it's never bad. The news is always bad, but it's funny nonetheless, which always makes for, you know, interesting comical videos. So hit subscribe, give the video a like, and please do share it. So, Boba Fett actor Tamora Morrison has confirmed his bounty hunter was cut from The Mandalorian Season 3. Not just cut, ladies and gents. He was asked about it, and they just didn't bother to call him back. And this, I guess, adds some more credence to Jon Favreau being out. You know, if you can imagine Jon Favreau, showrunner, Mandalorian, writer, etc. So he's writing the show, they're starting to get into production, they're reaching out to actors, and then things start changing behind the scenes. You know, Kathleen Kennedy starts waddling in with Dave Filoni sucking out her teat at the back, going, please, no, we're not doing this, we're doing this. And Favreau's like, no, come on, I made this a success, let me do it. And Filoni and KK's like, no, we're doing this now. And then, yeah, people aren't going to get called back, are they? It's the left hand trying to do stuff that the right hand is preventing them, essentially. But yeah, he really slams Lucasfilm for Din Djarin's sizable role in the Book of Boba Fett, overshadowing him. So, let's have a look. It was recent convention appearance. Tamora Morrison confirmed that there were early plans for his character to appear in The Mandalorian Season 3, only for him to never hear back from Disney and Lucasfilm. It's a really bad look when people just don't return calls or follow through with what they're supposed to do. It's really, really bad. So he says this: I was supposed to be in The Mandalorian Season 3, but nobody rang me. Very, very disgruntled. He said, I was waiting for the phone call in New Zealand, waiting and wanting to give up. Again, doesn't mince his words. Not happy. Not happy. But he continued. He continued. Well, that Mando guy stole a few chapters of my book. It was painful. Painful! It was painful watching him turn up with some black new lethal sword. And the way he turned up in my book of Boba, he just destroyed everybody. I'm sure this guy is ruining my show, but I couldn't say anything. I'm not the writer, so I have to bear it, I guess. Oh my god. So he's done at Lucasfilm, obviously. Pretty much confirmed that he's done at Lucasfilm. I can't believe. I mean, I can believe it. Look, he's pissed. He's not coming back, and he's like, fuck these guys. That Mando guy stole a few chapters of my book. It was painful watching him turn up with some black new lethal sword, and the way he turned up in my book of Boba, he just destroyed everybody. I'm sure this guy is ruining my show. Painful, ruining. Two choice words from Tamura Morrison there. Really, really, really choice words. And it's a shame as well, because he had like a tiny brief cameo appearance in Kenobi as one of the down and out clone troopers on one of the planets. He's sort of, begging basically for credits. I mean, look, we all knew this, and the thing is, this is not a stretch anyway. Like, this is very understandable. I just like the fact that an actor is coming out and saying it. At the end of the day, The Mandalorian was a repurposed Boba Fett movie. It absolutely was. Mandalorian in season 1 came out and did everything that Boba Fett should have done, like being a badass, basically. And obviously, progressively they've nerfed the Mandalorian over time. I get that, but yeah, then you had Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett being basically a fat slobby bitch. No disrespect to Tamura Morrison, but he was a bit of a fat slobby bitch. The character, let's just go from there, right? Because they could work wonders with some CG or some bodysuits and stuff, right? So they didn't have to keep him, in unfortunately the age that Morrison has come to, and the shape that he's in now. So they just made him a fat slobby bitch, and it just nerfed him, completely nerfed him. And as someone who holds that sort of character near and dear to his heart, I must be so pissed off. Really, really pissed off. He came in, I think he was in like 3 episodes. And just came in, showed him up. Yeah, well, you can't do this. I'll go out and do it instead then. Ugh. And those things, that should have been Boba Fett's sort of cherry on top, is sort of coming out last hurrah in the Book of Boba. Those episodes, the things which Din Djarin did. But no, not interested. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And like I said, he's already been casting doubt on Boba Fett Return. So he says, I think there are a few changes going on. We also come under the big umbrella known as Disney now too. So it's one of the last few conversations we had in LA. The conversation started, oh look, we're having a few changes. We're having a few cutbacks. When you hear that at the end, or at the other end of the line, it's no good trying to negotiate any more money, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he even talks about bloody money. I mean, Jesus, he's pissed. He is pissed. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Poor old Tamura Morrison absolutely slamming Disney and Lucasfilm. Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gents. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Painful. Painful. Stole his spotlight. Ruined his show. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Cheers, guys. Take care.